Do you want to grow a really big business? Don't just build products, build a brand. Most people, if you're like me, we are very, very brand driven, all right? We're not driven by just the product alone. You buy a product because you love that brand. There's a lot of different brands, right? There's personal brands, people that you might be gravitated towards. I know I love Richard Branson. I talk about him a lot in my videos. He's a great brand, not just his company, but he himself, right? There's a lot of brands that are just people. There are also brands that are, your iPhone, right? Apple is a brand. Even iPhone is a brand by itself. It stands apart from every kind of phone that's out there, right? All right, now the back of the iPhone, that's also a brand, okay? And I was just looking at my table and saying, man, what are all the brands that I am gravitated towards? GoPro, that's a brand. There's a lot of camera companies out there. Why do they win, right? Apple, we talked about Apple already. Here, Fiji water, the most expensive water I guess you can buy on earth, right? Isn't that their slogan? That's a brand. There's so many brands that you and I are gravitated towards every single day and we don't even know it, right? Yeti, that's a brand. I mean, all over my desk is filled with stuff that are brands, right? There's brands everywhere. So think about it. If you want to grow a business, don't just focus your attention on the product at hand. I'm looking for a product, but I don't need to show you any more products. If you can brand water, which by the way, water has some of the most competitive shelf space in the world. There's every kind of water that you can get, right? Smart water, dumb water, Fiji water, water with, whatever in it, right? Think about it. It is so competitive, vitamin water. Water is so competitive. If you want to win the water, shelf, you really got to work on your brand. You don't just build out another brand and say, oh, we're the new kind of water company, because we get it fresh from the spring of whatever state. It's not going to work. Nobody cares about your water. What they really want to make sure is that they can connect to your brand. Do you know how much time people spend on figuring out the right label for their product, the right brand, the right colors, just so they can, create a brand for themselves? You guys, brand is everything, not the product, okay? All right, if Toyota decides to make another car, let me tell you, it will sell. Because Toyota, you don't buy the car, you buy the brand, okay? That's as simple as that. They can make a whole new line of cars and get rid of every kind of car that they've ever had. They'll still survive. Why? Because people don't buy the car, they buy the brand. And this is true, and none of us ever give enough attention to building a brand for your business. Everyone's so focused on, we need to grow the business. I'm saying grow the brand. The brand is everything. I don't remember who it was. I think it was Ford that said that you could take my whole entire business, take everything away. Don't take my brand. I can bring all this back because people trust the brand. So think about that. That's really, really critical for your business. The most critical thing that you can do is, how do I build a brand? There's a lot of non-brand products that we buy. This is a little cheap widget. That's non-brand, right? There's a lot of non-brand things that we may have. I'm looking for another one. If I could find one. How about a USB hub, okay? Non-brand, right? Just bought the cheapest thing you can buy on Amazon. Do you ever think about the brand when you're looking for the lowest price on Amazon? No, you're just like, I'll buy a cheap plastic cover for my iPhone. I don't really need a fancy, branded iPhone case. I don't need it. At that point, you're just playing a game of lowest price, it's a race to the bottom, right? It's just lowest price. Whoever has have you ever gone to a website sorted by price? Okay, that's when you're not looking for a brand. If you didn't put the name of the brand before you search for the product, that company, there's void there. They could work on building a brand that is so solid if you did that, all right? So think about that. Very critical for your business is, are you building a brand or are you building another product? If you're not building a brand, go back to square one and write down, what do you want your brand to be known for? What do you want people to feel when they associate themselves with your brand? What do you want them to have after they've purchased the brand, right? Whatever the product is, all of that stuff is branding. I'm telling you right now, all that is branding. Branding is so much more than you've ever thought. And you and I are suckers, believe it or not. We get gravitated towards brands like you've never done before. So it's so critical. I just want to reach out to you and let you know that I am running late to my meeting, so I got to run, but I will see you next time. All right?